I represent India Today and Aaj Tak. In India, there is 3 weeks long lockdown, which means 1.3 billion people are currently inside their homes right now. But we keep hearing about a possible second and a third possible wave of outbreak in near future. A country like India cannot afford many such lockdowns after this one ends. What is WHO's best advice to Indian policymakers, what they must do during this lockdown to ensure that there isn't an outbreak and such a lockdown again in near future? Also, if you could please tell us, how far are we from a possible vaccine or a medicine? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar. Your question is a very good one, and I think the Director General answered that question very much in his address. He mentioned the 6 things that every country needs to do to use this window of opportunity. And as I've said in previous press conferences, India has incredible capacities to leverage, accelerate, and expand its capacity. But it must do the things. You must have a system to find cases. You must test. You must expand your capacity to treat and isolate. You must be able to quarantine your contacts, and you must bring an all-of-government approach to the response. If those things are put in place, and I know they are being put in place, but if we can accelerate that, and India is a vast country, you could never look at India just as one single entity from an epidemiologic perspective. And if you remember, those of you who in India who were involved in the process, India got rid of polio by breaking it right down. India got rid of polio by breaking it down to the village level, all the way through the system. It broke down the problem. It went after the polio virus district by district by district by district, and India won. If India does the same thing, breaks down the problem, puts in place the measures that are needed, both surveillance and healthcare measures, and does that systematically, then there is a way out. There is a transition from lockdowns into a public health-driven response in which people don't have to stay locked in their homes for more time than is absolutely necessary. Without implementing the necessary measures and without putting in place those protections, it's going to be very difficult for countries to exit, and when they do, they may have resurgence. And I think that's the challenge now. We have time, very little, as the Director General said, a second but small window of opportunity. What countries do today, tomorrow, the next day is what's going to matter.
If I could add to that, so we have seen countries